Hello, friends. Welcome back to Bookathon. I have something special to tell you today. Now, to tell you about that, I have to reel back to a few days where I met two best selling authors. Can you guess who it was? Who I met? Yes, I met MVKasi and PGVan. Double the Maka. Some quality time discussing books and many more. It wasn't, and do you know this? It wasn't only meeting these two talented and increasingly popular authors, but also a few people who shared the same passion for books. Meeting them for the first time, but we got connected instantly, and now we are all ready to share our experiences with you all. So, I'd like to introduce my new friends, three of my new friends, Divya, Anusha, and Neeru. All Yes, we are excited to speak about our experiences we shared with MVKasi and PGVan. The best book we like of the duo. And so, let's welcome Anusha first. Hello, Anusha. Welcome to the episode of Bookathon.
Thanks
You
for
tell me,
inviting me.
how was your experience meeting the two authors?
It was great. It was great. I was a little nervous in the beginning, but once we started talking and the conversation got flowing, it was pretty great, I should say. Um, yeah, so I was a little shocked that both of them were from Hyderabad and, were locals. That was a little surprising. And then, yeah, we connected, we spoke, and it was great meeting all of you and having a group who loves all the books that I love. So it was a wonderful experience,
Yeah,
I
it's
should say.
correct. So, what books do you like of them? Like, let us start with MV Kasi. What book is your favorite?
Sure, sure. So I've read, I think, almost all of the books written by MVKasi. I have multiple favorites, but I think one book that stands out is The Captive for me. Uh, so majorly because it has such a strong female character, and there is a very strong conflict. So throughout most of the book, you're actually wondering what she's going to do, how she's going to choose between the two main leads, and how the story will progress. So there is a lot of
Mm,
curiosity and suspense, along with, of course, the romance angle to it. Yeah.
correct. Yeah. So, and PG1?
Yep. So PGVan, I also, even hers, I think I read most of her books. The arrangement is one thing which I really like. It is a very sweet story. So the girl who is actually from the movie industry, and it is a little bit glam and a little bit Bollywood type. I also like the male character. Mahen is a very rooted and a strong character. The way he comes back from the US and tries to improve his own town here, and does development here, and all of that is pretty great, along with, of course, the sparks that they have between them.
Sparks. Yeah, right. So lovely. Very nice. So, so nice. I have read all the books of MV Kasi and PG1. And yeah, I like these books too.
Yeah.
Let's go with Neeru. Hi, Neeru. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, Neeru. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I hope you're doing good as well.
Yeah. We are all good. And I'm excited to have you here.
Same
Welcome to
here. This
Bookathon.
is my first book podcast, and I'm really excited about it. I have never expected to do this, but thanks for the opportunity.
Okay, it's my pleasure actually. Thanks for coming. So, so you tell me about your experience. How was it meeting the authors for the first time?
Honestly, it was good to know that they are humans as well, because they write such amazing stories, and they create such unique worlds in which so easy to get lost. It was
Yeah.
really great to meet them, and knowing how down to earth they were and how eager they were to meet us as much as eager we were to meet them. That was
Mhm.
really amazing. As it was my first time meeting authors, it was a very nice experience for me, and I would like to meet more and more authors after this.
Mhm. I remember Siki, you were very quiet. You were very, we were chatterbox. We were all talking, pat. We were continuously discussing, and you were just silently
Yeah,
observing
I was
everyone.
trying to soak up all the experience. I just it was a very different feeling, because I do not have many people who read books in my circle. So
Mm-hmm.
having so many people at one place who not just love the my own love towards reading books, and they are equally involved in it as much as I am. It was really nice meeting every one of you and talking to you about books. So I was just trying to indulge as much as possible.
Yeah. So, what book of MVKasi is that you always remember?
I have a lot of favorites. I mean, like, I have read, except for two or three, I have read almost all of her books. But there's this one book that I really love is Until You, which
Mm-hmm.
is kind of a fairy tale retelling of kind of Beauty and the Beast,
Okay.
which speaks about Dhanush Mahasena and Tina Kumar,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of end up in a forced proximity, and uh, he is living in his mansion and does not get out because of an accident, and
Okay.
because of this
Yeah.
situation they actually get to know each other, and he gets to face his demons, and it was a really beautiful story with a lot of
Mm-hmm.
emotions, and it was really great read.
Nice. Uh, and yeah, I remember reading the story. I liked it. And what is it? What is of PGVan's book which you always remember the most? Yeah. Yeah. Tell me about
Yeah,
PGVan's book.
yeah. So PGVan, I would like to speak about The Reckless Knight.
Mm.
This is actually close to my heart because this was the first book I read by the author. And although
Oh.
there are many other books which I love a lot, but this is really close to me because after this book, I dived deep into all of her books and I fell in love with her writing. It is a
Mm-hmm.
book about having a one night stand, and then, uh, you know, uh, Varsha is not looking for a relationship, and neither did Krish expect that he wanted a relationship. But
Mm-hmm.
after that, they actually, accidentally meet and get to know each other. There are so many aspects of this book which was unexpected when I started reading it.
Mm-hmm.
There is a portion about LGBTQ as well, which I think is really well written. So
Okay.
it was a very nice read.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I liked this book. I remember like I liked it. I think I read it twice also. I like this book so much. Reckless Night. Yeah. I remember this book. It's very Nice. And as you said, MVKasi and PGVan, they have their unique writing skills. Oh, it's really nice to read their books. So, thank you so much, Niru, for your insight about all about the authors, their books. Uh, so now it is me. So I will tell you about my experience meeting the two authors, the two beautiful ladies, and there's something different. I never expected the authors to be like this. MV Kasi and PG Van. I was blown off. Like both of them, so beautiful, so young, and so talented. I need not tell about that. And they were so down to earth. They were speaking with us like they have known us for years. You know, we have been interacting on on mails and Instagram, social media, but meeting face to face and talking like that us from many years is something very different, and I love that about both of them. So I loved. The best thing was I could sit in front of them, I could talk to them about their books, what I liked about their books, their lifestyles, and they also shared with us the challenges they face while writing the books, and many more. Cherish every time. I'll cherish the day for long. So, and the best books of both these authors I liked are, the first is MV Kasi is uh, Same Old Love. Same Old Love is the story between Samrat and Mahi. And Samrat is a nerd, and Mahi is a very intelligent girl, but a very wild one. And this story is something which revolves in between these two and Samrat's sister, how these enemies become so close to each other. It's a tangled love story. The tangled love story between Samrat and Mahi is very well written and very well explained. I can read this book, I think, many more times. I have read up to 5 6 times, but I'm ready to read it more. And PG Vance is My Protector by PG Van. It's a beautiful story about Pratik and Nivi. Now Pratik, he has a goal to achieve. He wants to take down the woman who is responsible for his brother's tragic death, and that woman is Nivi. So the story is revolves with these two people, and it's a sweet and spicy love story. Will Pratik be able to get the love from Nivi, or will he take her down? That is something you have to read and find out. So these are the books I love very much of PG Van and MV Kasi. Apart from their all the other books, their combined series. Do you all like the combined series as well, Anusha and Niru?
Yep, I love
I
that.
love them.
Can you hear me,
Yeah.
Sudha?
Yes, I can hear you.
Ah. Hi, this is Divya.
Yes, Divya.
I
Welcome,
like to
welcome to
share
Hackathon.
my
So,
thoughts with you, Sudha.
yeah,
Hmm. Actually, my passion to reading starts from my sixth class onwards.
okay,
And that time, I used to read these Sunday magazine books, short stories like that. Uh,
okay.
that's how my passion goes on. The
Oh,
first
wow.
book, that first book I read is Endamuri Verendranath's DIM novel. It's a
Superb.
very, it's a very good novel, and the strong character Nikita, it's mind blowing.
Okay,
Then I changed my passion into English novels in Corona time. The first book I
Oh,
read is the MVKasi's book only. That is The Promise.
The Promise. Wow.
Yeah. That two friends love one girl only, but the girl
Ah,
chose one.
okay.
Next, the story leaps on, and these two became grandfathers, and two no, brothers came married to these two sisters. That's
Oh,
the story. It's a beautiful one, and uh, anybody can read it with passion.
yeah,
Next,
correct.
my book for PGVan is the Destiny series.
Samara.
Samaira and Nikhil Bhatia.
Hmm.
We call him as a hothead, as Nick Bhatia.
Nick Bhatia.
The story revolves between these two and sisters, two clans, between two clans, a Rajput clan. What happens?
Okay.
Uh, you can read in the book.
Nice. Lovely.
Hmm. Thank
I
you.
remember the series. Nick Bhatia is still the famous
Still my
hothead.
favorite one.
Yeah. Okay, lovely. Thank you so much, girls. Thank you so much for joining me and talking to me about your experience and your books you like. It was very lovely interacting with all of you and sharing your minds here. And I hope my readers must have my all my readers and listeners must have enjoyed. And as you all said, MVKasi and PGVan are very special to many of us. I actually came across many readers who began their journey of reading with MVKasi and PGVan's combination series and many other books of their standalone books. So all of us are so captivated by their work that we're always waiting for new releases. So we can look forward to MV Kasi's Cruise in Love book and PGVan's Royal Contract. Yet to release, but they'll soon be released, and I'm sure we all will be on a ride with that. So here I am to say see you to everyone, to my guests here, Neeru, Divya, and Anusha. And I'll be back with another exciting episode of Bookathon in November. If you all are looking to connect with our readers, and the guests here, do check their Insta IDs mentioned in the description bar. Until then, see you friends. Happy reading.